It's the Real Estate Podcast, brought to you by ANZ Home Loans for financial well-beings.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Real Estate Breakfast, talking your real estate property news as we do right across Australia and 7 days a week on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts and Amazon. Tuesday morning, look at that, 26th day of November. November is just about cut, and then we have definitely got Christmas in our sights. Now, if you're looking at this time of the year at renting in Perth right now, I can tell you it's not a great time to be doing that. Perth has become Australia's least affordable capital city for renters, surpassing Sydney. That is according to the National Shelter Rental Affordability Index. Great for investors, of course, in Perth. Not so much if you have just come back to Perth from overseas, or you're in that position where you're wanting to buy from another state, but you need to rent first. So it might just be a little bit of a painful process. Well, we've been talking about, over the last few days, about the REA Group's Annual Excellence Awards, which has been honouring this year's high achievers in 2024. It's always nice to put a positive spin on the real estate industry, and we are meeting two more of these winners this morning. The first is Jessica West from DiJones in Turramurra in New South Wales. And good morning to you, Jessica. Welcome to the Real Estate Breakfast this morning. Nice to have you on.
Good morning, and thank you so much, Craig. It's an absolute honour to be part of your show.
It's great to have you on because you picked up this award, the Support Superstar of the Year. I like that, Support Superstar. Tell us what that award is all about.
So excited to have this award because it recognises this often unsung part of our industry, the incredible people who work tirelessly behind the scenes, supporting EBUs and really running the engine of an agent's team.
And how big is this particular support setup that you've got in terms of what you're doing for this particular team?
Well, I'm in a team of 4. So I work for a lead, a top-selling agent on the Upper North Shore in Sydney. We have just grown the business, almost quadrupled the business in a very short few years. And really, I'm taking care of all administration, marketing, compliance, basically taking all these tasks off the agent's hands so he can just focus on listing, selling, and prospecting.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really understand when people have these support people and they're paying out a salary for them. They don't understand just how time-consuming this is and how busy agents can be. And if you've got somebody who is highly organised, they're not costing you money. They're actually making you money, even though you've got to pay somebody to do that. And that's really the rationale. That's the thinking behind bringing people in like you who are clearly highly organised. You've got this ability to multitask, and that in itself is a big linchpin. If you can find people that can do the multitasking on various levels, it just sets up that top agent to sell more fluently without any hassles.
I couldn't agree with you more. And that's my specialty. I come into agents' businesses, assess their current operations, advise and streamline as much as I possibly can, because it's more important than ever for an agent to solely focus on listing, selling, prospecting, so they can provide the best service to our client. They also need someone to organise all the preparation before it actually comes to market. So having systems and checklists for every single aspect of the business, I guess ironing out the weak points so we can go into autonomy and once again provide the best service to the clients. It's the most crucial aspect of the business.
Yeah, and how long have you been doing this? How did you get involved into the real estate industry?
That's a funny one, Craig. I actually started my training after high school in interior design and decoration. And I always had this passion and love for houses and also being client face as well. So I actually fell into real estate and started at the bottom, started as an PA, then went to an associate agent, buyer's agent, listing agent under another agent, and then became my own standalone agent for a while. So I did that for about 6 years. I took a break from the industry, studied building design, and in my current role, I've been doing that for 4.5 years now, and I haven't looked back. I'm so glad I'm in real estate, so glad I'm in the industry.
All right, good stuff. Well, that is Jessica West from DiJones. We'll come back in just a moment and we'll talk to another recipient winning an award the other day.
Every morning from 6 a.m, we bring you the latest real estate news with diverse perspectives from leading industry experts. We deliver the most property podcasts across Australia every week. Don't navigate the real estate market alone. Let us help guide you in the world of real estate every day. Make better informed decisions with the latest news and insights.
And it is a Real Estate Tuesday, and we're catching up with another winner from the REA Awards, and that is Kathleen Fry from the Ouwens Casserly group in South Australia. I know that you're in South Australia somewhere, Kathleen. Whereabouts is that?
Hi, Craig. It's a pleasure to be on your show. I am an hour and 15 minutes south of Adelaide in the beautiful Fleurieu Peninsula. So where all the best beaches are in South Australia, that's where we operate from.
How big is that particular catchment of South Australia in terms of people or households?
So in the township that I predominantly work from, there is about 8,000 people in Goolwa, but it's a tourist area. So we have Goolwa, Middleton, Port Elliot, and also Victor Harbour. So there's 4 or 5 really close towns together within 20 minutes of each other. And 50% of our population is made up of holiday homes. So 50% permanent residents and 50% holiday homes.
You know, the holiday sector market, there must be a few of them that are turning over in your area, because the other day you won this award for top agent, total value sales for a regional residential area. So is that the case? People are sort of mixing it up and selling off some of that holiday sector property?
Absolutely. So as I said to you, 50% are made up of holiday homes, and with the interest rate increase, not everyone can afford to hold on to their holiday homes. So we have had more come onto the market in the last year than normal. But we've had just as many, obviously, people purchase those properties, and some of those people are moving here permanently to live, and others will rent them out to get an income to help pay the mortgage, so that they can have the best of both worlds, come down on the weekend and stay with their family and friends. Then they just drive an hour back to Adelaide for work during the week.
And interestingly, talking with Jessica there, the support of one of the top agents there in Sydney, you're obviously doing a lot of transactions. Have you got a support person, or are you still doing it on your own?
Absolutely. I wouldn't be able to survive without the engine room and without the support behind the scenes. Luckily enough, I married my personal assistant, so my husband is my executive PA. So he unfortunately doesn't get to have a day off very often. He works 7 days a week. I have another lady that works 3 days a week to help me with marketing and just to make sure everything behind the scenes is running smoothly.
Hey, you've reversed it out. Marrying your PA, that's what a bloke normally does.
Yeah, I couldn't live without him, that's for sure.
And tell us a little bit about median prices and what's happening in your market, since we are talking to you there in South Australia.
Look, the market is still strong. We are still achieving some great prices right throughout the Fleurieu. However, you need to make sure when you're pricing that you're very realistic with your price ranges. Throughout the COVID times, we had 50 to 100 people at every open inspection. That's not the case at the moment. We may only have, 10 buyers turn up, but they're usually quite strong. They're all looking genuinely for a property. So we still do have some competition on the properties, but you do have to make sure that you're not overestimating the price and that you do your research properly and make sure that you've got it on within a sensible range. Otherwise, you don't have anyone turn up. So in these areas where 50% of them are holiday homes, we don't have a lot of auctions in our area. We do a 30-day best offer buy campaign instead, unless sold prior. We find they're the most successful ways to sell a property in our area.
I'm always curious about the state of play at the moment with the influx of interstate buyers and whether or not you're feeling that. So what is happening in South Australia there where you are?
Yeah, very interesting times. We've still, I would have 20% of my buyers coming from interstate. In the last month, a few of my sales have been from New South Wales, Victoria. At least 20% of my sales are from interstate. They're finding that, for the same price or a lot less, they can buy a beautiful lifestyle property or something. They're moving over permanently or they're buying a holiday home over here. A lot of them are moving over and putting money in the bank. They're having a lot left over once they sell their property in Sydney. They're not having to buy a lesser quality or style property that they've got in Sydney, but they're ending up with a lot more money in the bank to live off. And they're having a beautiful, some of them are buying waterfront or just minutes from the beach. So they're not downsizing with lifestyle. It's just that they've got money left over. So we are experiencing about 20% of our sales from interstate.
Yeah, that is a very powerful thing if you're able to pocket $1 million odd, even more than that if you're moving from Sydney down to South Australia. Very powerful. I wonder if you've got many of those people, Jessica, there in New South Wales that are eyeing up the likes of South Australia to actually make the move.
Most of our buyers are moving from the upper North Shore to the northern beaches. So what's keeping them there at the moment is the quality of schools, and it's some of Sydney's best. So most of our current buyers are looking to stay within the area, but then they've got all their network set up. So they're moving slightly across in Sydney just to the northern beaches, but not many of our buyers are moving interstate at the moment. I think it was different in COVID times, but currently they're staying local.
All right. Well, look, Jessica, thank you so much for coming on to the Real Estate Breakfast this morning. Good luck there in New South Wales with DiJones, and have yourself a fantastic Tuesday.
Thank you so much. An absolute pleasure, Craig. All the best.
And Kathleen, similarly, great to be talking to you today, and to all the very best of luck for 2025 coming up. And make sure that you keep cracking the whip on that PA.
I definitely will. Thanks, Craig. It's been a pleasure to be a part of your show today. And I'm very excited about the year ahead. And I'll let my husband know your best wishes.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Bye for now.
Listen to in-depth discussions with industry leaders on investing options, understanding different suburbs with insider perspectives and exclusive tips.
Researching the company that you want to work for is really, really important. You've got to make sure that it's a team that wants to see you grow. It's got a good culture. There's strong retention. People don't leave, and that everyone in that business seems to be doing well or supporting each other.
That strong retention, we know that real estate agents, a lot of the fall off is happening after 12 months, and it's as high as over 80%. When the employment happens, a lot of these new real estate agents are just sort of left to get on with it, and there's no guidance.
You're not wrong. A lot of agencies do just leave you to your own devices and say, well, here's a database, get calling. You should still have set parameters and guides and help with feedback, as well as help with campaigns to manage and run.
We connect you to the best real estate information across Australia. The Real Estate Podcast.